California Polytechnic State University, the school that strives to follow their motto of learn by doing, and while it helps reach a further and more in-depth education, not everything should be learnt by doing. While it may not be perceived as a party school, the party scene and drinking is rampant among students. Alcohol abuse and binge drinking is a prevalent issue at the university and has been getting perpetually worse year after year. This issue has already been present for a long time on college campuses everywhere, but rather than looking at when the issue arose, it is more important to consider when it started impacting the lives of people personally. Studies show that alcohol abuse rises through the social and peer pressures put on by fellow students and by your personal experiences with alcohol, considering when and how you were exposed to it previously. One of the most common ways alcohol is consumed is binge drinking.
To me, binge drinking is having, I think, anywhere more than 3 to 4 drinks in an hour.
Drinking a lot daily, I guess.
I define it as excessive drinking within a short period of time.
According to the analysis of binge drinking among students at California Polytechnic State University San Luis Obispo, binge drinking does not have a general definition due to its differences in gender and capability to handle alcohol. But the American Journal of Public Health does define it as 4 drinks within the hour for females and 5 drinks within the hour for males.
So the real definition is 4 or more drinks for women or 5 or more drinks for men in under 2 hours.
Oh, okay.
So that's why people wouldn't really know.
Yeah,
They don't
exactly.
think about it
Right.
when they're out.
Right, and that's based on the fact that your liver can only process 1 standard drink per hour. So I think that they just set a number for
They set a standard.
binge drinking. Yeah, like what is like above what your body can handle.
Yeah.
In the study done by Cal Poly, it was shown that over 70% of students do not understand the definition of binge drinking, but 38% of males and 54% of females at Cal Poly are considered to be binge drinkers. Things don't stop at binge drinking, and it only gets progressively worse. Binge drinking, whether intentional or unintentional, has been proven to be a gateway to more inexcusable decisions, such as illicit drugs, drunk driving, and property damage. Has Cal Poly been doing enough to properly inform its students of the dangers of binge drinking, or has it not?
I think it's done a lot to inform students about what binge drinking is. I don't think they've done enough to inform students of the consequences of it.
I think they have, but I think that people easily forget. And I understand why they do the training every year to remind us of that fact, but yeah, I think that they try their best and do their best.
I think that there's not really a way to prevent it in its entirety.
Obviously, because people are going to choose.
Right, it's their choice, and some people might not even know what it is too when they're doing it. Right, but I think as our team exists solely on our part as like campus health and well-being, and we educate and try to outreach to students as much as we can about it.
Yeah, like we give them the knowledge and then they can take what
Yeah,
they want
exactly.
and they're
they can
adults.
use it. They
Yeah.
want to use it, or they can choose
Right.
not to use it.
Despite the many warnings given by the Cal Poly annual summer trainings, many students still choose to partake in drinking culture, either because of a wish to become more socially affluent or as a form of rebellion against parents and their home cultures.
I've seen a lot of people thinking they can go shot for shot with another person, and they end up sick in the bathroom for the rest of the night.
Just people in the dorms always getting fucked up every night and puking in the sinks.
All of my dorm last year, it was a mess. A lot of people did it every weekend, and if they did it Saturday, every Sunday, they'd just be in bed complaining about their body aching and throwing up, and it was not a cute thing to see.
So, according to a study that was done back in 2016, 90% of students thought that 90% of their colleagues or peers were drinking, when in reality, only 70% of students said that they actually did drink in the past 30 days or so.
While the party culture at Cal Poly can be a fun and definitive college experience, there is a strong difference between moderation and overindulgence. Hard work justifies hard play, but only in moderation.
Cal Poly and all is like all college students, really. You know, you're on your own for your first time.
Yeah.
The first time, you're under stress. You have maybe societal pressure.
Yeah.
So not every student drinks, but there's a good majority that do. So we can compare ourselves to other schools,
Yeah.
definitely, and other college students out there, because it's all kind of the same realm.
Yeah.
We've been compared to UCSB before, and then one thing that we wanted to note too was that Cal Poly students place a lot of pressure on themselves, pressure to succeed, and
Yeah,
so
it's
sometimes,
true. It is true.
and sometimes students, we've seen that college students can use substance as a way to handle that stress,
Yeah.
and so we kind of think that, or suspect that that might influence some of the behavior.
It's not worth it. There are much better ways to use your time.
It's really not worth it. You can have fun without it. And if you're gonna drink some water in between, please. It's not that hard, and it really helps. And eat before.
Stop or else you're gonna go to the hospital. That's about it.